Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralize, and today I've got first impressions on 4 classic fragrances. So we've got 4 classics from yesteryear. There's all sorts of different reasons why I picked these up. It could be that certain reviewers have mentioned them. It could just be that I've seen them quite cheap somewhere and I've heard about them in the past. But I thought I would get them and then let you know what I think of them. So the first fragrance we're looking at is Taboo by Dana. And this is an Eau de Cologne 68ml. You can see it there. It's got the bottle on the back. It's got the Dana sign on the top, and then it's got some info about Dana and some info about ingredients, and then a barcode on the bottom. So I don't really know a lot about this. I know the perfumer behind it is Karl's, but other than that I don't really know. This is the bottle as you've just seen from the back of the box. Absolutely love the colour of the juice on that. Really nice. The cap looks quite plasticky. It reminds me of like the Jovan Musk sort of caps. Not the best, to be fair, but what can you expect? And it looks like quite a basic sort of atomizer on there. It's got a bit of information on the bottom, but there's nothing else on the bottle. So let's give this a spray, shall we? Decent sprayer on it. Yeah, that's an interesting smell. So it's quite spicy, quite animalic, quite musky. It's got a bit of a barbershop feel to it. But there's a lot more going on. It's got like an incensey feel to it. I'm picking up a bit of a Coca-Cola sort of vibe from it. It is quite animalic, but I like this. This is right up my street. This is proper old school barbershop. When they wasn't scared to put the animalics in there. This is very intriguing. I'm going to enjoy wearing this, I think. So, what would I say? Unisex? Now I know this is female marketed. I mean, back in the day it was definitely female marketed. But I know a lot more men have been trying this and are really enjoying it. Now, I think this would really suit a guy. What time of year? Probably autumn, winter. It's got that sort of vibe to it. But like a lot of barbershops, you can wear them all year round. But I think this has just got a bit more, like with the incense and the animalics in there. It's probably leans more autumn, winter. So the next one, and this is by Antonio Puig, I think his name is. I might have butchered that pronunciation. And I've got Corum. I love Corum, and then I saw this one and I thought I need to try it. And it's called Agua Brava. And this is a 100ml and it's an Eau de Cologne. So this is from 1968, and I think the noses behind this were Marcel Karl's and Rosano Matteo. So it's got like a real wooden vibe to it, like as if it was part of a tree. It's got the Puig at the bottom. Sides and the top are all the same. The back, it looks like it's all in Spanish. I know it's a Spanish company. And at the bottom you've got a barcode. Now all of these you can pick up for really good prices. I will put the prices on the screen. I can't remember off the top of the head how much they were. So let's have a look at the bottle for this one. And look at that. Absolutely love that. Nice and green, a wooden cap, Agua Brava, and then it's got the eau de Cologne, and then there's nothing else going on apart from some in the glass at the bottom. Nice wooden cap, going with the features on the box, all the grain of the wood. So it's another old school type atomizer on it. So let's give this one a smell. So I'm expecting once again more of a vintage sort of smell. I think this might be a bit more, because it's got the word agua in there, might be a bit more summer fresh. Oh wow, in the air, that's very interesting. So that is pine needle fresh. That's piney, it's woody, but there's a big bunch of citruses up there. But it's like a spicy citrus in there. Pick up some florals. It's quite herbal as well. That is really, really nice, very woody. But that pine, it's just amazing. So it's got lavender in there as well, so it's got a little bit of a barbershop sort of vibe. So that, I really like the citruses in there. Is that like a lemon, is it? Really, really nice. So I'd say this is probably more masculine. It's probably signature scent worthy. It's the sort of thing you could wear any time of the year. There's enough in the background, although you've got that citrusy, piney opening. There's enough woods and herbals and spices in there to make it be an all year round sort of scent. That is really, really nice. I am so pleased with that. So the next one, and this has been mentioned a few times in Mr. Smelly's lives. I've heard it mentioned a few times in there. I've seen the bottle a few times on Instagram and I was intrigued, and so I had to go out and get it. And it is Lagerfeld Classic. Now this is a big bottle and it was cheap as chips as well. So this is an EDT and it's 150ml. I think the 150ml was as cheap as the smaller version, so I just had to go for it. Whether I'll ever use that in my lifetime, probably not, when you consider all the fragrances behind me. So it's a nice box, a nice brown cardboard feeling box. It's got the Lagerfield Classic, and then it's got the info at the bottom, and then on the back you've got ingredients and details about Lagerfield. On the bottom you have got the barcode. So this is from 1978 and the nose behind this is Ron Winograd. And let's have a look at this bottle. I've just lost the box. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that looks. I love that cap. That is amazing. That looks beautiful. I can do some fabulous things with that on Instagram, I think. Love the orange looking juice. I wonder if it does have like an orange in there. So as you can see, just a little bit of detailing on the bottom. It's got Lagerfield Classic Eau de Toilette on the front, and then there's no other details. And the cap is gorgeous, I love it. It's like a chrome looking. So the atomizer is more like modern day atomizers. Let's give this a spray, shall we? So in the air, that's beautiful already. Beautiful. So I'm getting spices, citrus feel to it. Wow, there's a lot to this. Getting like an amber. Maybe even a hint of tobacco in there, you know. It's got a vanilla feel to it. I'm sure it has got orange in one of those citruses. But it's still got that old school barbershop feel. And I like the notes that I'm mentioning don't seem as if it's a barbershop type fragrance. It's definitely giving off that feel. Imagine a Zorro pour on, but then start leaning towards Calvin Klein's Obsession, and it's probably somewhere in between. It's quite masculine. Definitely got an autumn winter sort of vibe to it with the spices. Bound to be cinnamon in there. But that's really, really nice. I think I'm falling in love with the classics all over again. Not that I've ever disliked the classics. I've got loads in my cabinet, to be fair. So the last one. Now, where have I heard about this one? It's been mentioned once again in Mr. Smelly's lives. If you haven't been in Mr. Smelly's lives, he normally does one on a Friday and Saturday night. I've been in the chat lots of times. I think one of these days I'll probably jump in the chat as well. It's very difficult when you've got young kids to be able to jump in chats in the middle of the night. He does tend to have it quite late, so 10:30 onwards, and sometimes they can go till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But one of his regular guests is someone called Neil, Miami Cuddles. Cuddles Crew! That's the sign he always does. And he's quite controversial. But Neil is one of these guys that always speaks his mind, and I think sometimes he does things to wind people up. But what's undated about Neil is he's got a good nose. And when he talks about fragrances, he knows what he's talking about. Well, the majority of the time anyway. So he mentioned this way back in one of the chats, and then Mr. Smelly actually went out and bought it. And then he confirmed that it's a great fragrance. So I thought, yeah, I'll jump on and get it. And this one is from 1979. And it is P.S. Fine Cologne by Paul Sebastian. And this is a 60ml fragrance. So I don't know who the nose is behind this. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. As you can see, it's a nice black case with gold writing with PS in the top, which obviously means Paul Sebastian. Fine cologne spray. There's nothing on the sides and the top. On the back you've got ingredients, and then on the bottom you've got a barcode. So let's jump into it. And let's see what the bottle looks like. So another gorgeous looking bottle. Really like the style on that. It's got the PS embossed in the glass, which is a real cool touch. They could have probably done better with the tube for the atomizer, because it's a bit on show. You can get them, you can hardly see them nowadays. But then again, this is a 1979 frag, so it's got a long lid, let's get that off, and a long atomizer as well. So a basic run-of-the-mill sort of lid on there, and a really long atomizer. So let's give this a smell. Let's see if the hype is real. That took a few sprays to come out, didn't it? So, that is interesting in the air. That is a really strange smell in the beginning. So I'm picking up musks. You got lavender in there, but there's something sweet in there as well. Maybe a little sour. Bit woody, bit dirty. Definitely getting florals. It's quite spicy again. You got the oak moss in there. I like that. That's really nice. 4 out of 4. That ain't bad, is it? That is really nice. There was an initial blast where I was thinking, it wasn't smelling exactly how I was imagining it to smell. So it takes you a little while to understand the way it's smelling. It's definitely another old school type. There's a cleanliness to this as well. There's like a sweet dirtiness, but then I don't know if the musk is trying to like fight against that and trying to even it up a bit. Once again, I think it's quite masculine. It's signature scent worthy. I'd probably say more autumn, winter. So, fair play. Thanks, Neil. Cuddles crew, and thanks to Mr. Smelly, the leader of Fragcom. But I'm really happy with that one. Really happy to have picked it up. In fact, I'm happy to have picked all 4 of these up. I will just quickly go back to each one. Taboo. That is really nice. That is so good. I do get like a hint of youth dew in there as well, which is like an Estee Lauder frag, which my mother-in-law wears and my mum used to wear. But there's a lot more going on. That is really nice, really spicy. I like the cola vibe that's in there. Go back to Agua Brava. Piney and woody, absolutely beautiful. Still got the citruses there and the spiciness. Really, really nice. Lagerfeld Classic. Oh yeah, there's definitely an orange in this. There must be. There must be. That is gorgeous. And back to PS Fine Cologne. Yeah. Really, really nice. I am so happy with all 4 of these. I couldn't have asked for any more. I will put the prices on screen and you can see how little I paid for these. They were all bargains, in fairness. But that's it from me. Is there any other classics that you would like me to try? I'm always happy to try classics. I absolutely love the old fragrances. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It always helps the channel. And I'll see you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.